KTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
You guys are back. You guys are well rested, ready to go. Full week of work for both of you this week.
Well rested.
I took one day, and it was my weekend.
How many days have I taken this year, Chew? Thought you were a grinder. Thought you were a grinder.
You got yours coming up.
That's a nice.
My thing is, I take one day at a time. You guys
until you take
chunks.
2 weeks at a time.
Never done that.
That's just a blatant lie.
Oh, well,
that's just a blatant lie.
Trip.
That's just
that was business.
A business trip.
Yeah.
on a cruise? A cruise business trip?
Do you take a vacation that doesn't include golf?
On my calendar right now, I've got a couple of weddings this year. And I probably won't sneak in any, but no, I've got, so I'm going out to Vegas playing golf. My buddy actually has Masters tickets, so I'll be going to Augusta in April.
First time?
Second time.
Are you going to Ireland or
No,
Scotland?
don't have an international trip planned this year.
Oh, okay.
But another Florida golf trip in May. Going to go to Michigan in like August. Yeah, I got a lot of golf trips planned.
Okay. Hey, that's what you do.
We're going to stack it up, yeah. Take vacation time. Enjoy what you do. Joshy, how was New Orleans? That's always a place I've wanted to go.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot to drink, a lot to eat.
Did you have a hurricane?
Yes, I had a hurricane. I had frozen Irish coffee. I had basically everything you could have. You got to try it all, at least a little bit.
Did you go to hurricanes?
I did not. I did not go to.
Was this your first time in New Orleans?
It was,
okay.
Yes. So I was sort of just wide-eyed following other people around. I was with many veterans, as with every trip is there, and you just sort of. I don't know a lot of what I did, to be quite frank. I just walked into places. I was told, "Hey, this is where we're going." I said, "You got it. Sounds great to me." It's the best way to do vacation. You just sort of tag along.
See, I put New Orleans third on the list when it comes to food for cities.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I'm curious.
That's how good it is.
I'm curious. What's the top three? So we know New Orleans is number 3. What comes in at number 2?
It's a toss-up, and it is close between 1 and 2.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to put New York City at 2.
New York City's at 2.
Josh, would you agree?
Somebody who used to live in New York City.
Yeah. I mean, it's a top 5 for me, regardless of where you are. You can. I mean, everything's there. Literally everything.
The thing that's interesting to me about New York, like New Orleans, very much obviously has like a style, a food style,
yes.
Right? And New York, I mean, outside of like New York style pizza. New York doesn't have like a distinguishing cuisine. It's where everybody is, so it's where a lot of really good restaurants are. So you can get, like there isn't a certain New York style of food. It's just you go to New York and a lot of the top chefs live there, so that's why you can get really good food in New York.
Any idea what 1 is?
Chewy's top
This
food place in the country.
I have a feeling we're going to be disappointed.
You shouldn't be.
I have no idea.
Josh?
I don't know what to guess here. I'm stuck.
Vegas.
What?
Vegas is number 1. If you know what you're doing in Vegas and you know where you're going, yeah.
The problem with Vegas is everything is just so overpriced now.
Well, I didn't talk about price. It's all about food, Gabe.
I mean, that Vegas is where you got the you got some sort of Benedict that you loved but cost you like
Crab Benedict?
Yeah, you got some crab Benedict that you couldn't stop talking about, but then I'm guessing your wife couldn't stop talking about how much you spent on it.
Correct. But it was unbelievable. Yeah. Vegas is a mess right now. So overpriced.
Yeah.
Although you get good value with the trip. I've been on that trip.
Yeah.
Been on it for like 10 years in a row. It's a great trip. Good value. You agree?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's tremendous for the golf courses we get to play with the WPGA. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Josh, has Josh been to Vegas?
I got to imagine our guy's been to Vegas.
Not as I was there for a day. Only spent a day there.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. I strangely spent more time in Reno.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm out on Vegas. I have no desire to go to Vegas. None. Zero.
Well, because very early, like when I first started going on this trip to Vegas, and again, I'm leaving in 3 weeks. Like I could still sit down at a table and play blackjack if I wanted. Now everything's like $25 minimum, and that's at like 9 a.m. when you're walking through the casino to go to your car to go make your tea time. It's 9 a.m. Nobody's there, and it's $25 a hand for blackjack. I don't want to do that. That's a lot of money per hand. There's just the table minimums are up, the food cost, everything is up out there.
Hotels? Hotel
costs are up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's because there's no more conventions. Everyone does everything, for the most part, via Zoom, and that is a huge, obviously, convention city.
Well, yeah, but again...
So they're trying to stick it to the mon somewhere else.
Yeah, but it used to be a cheaper city, and that's why everybody went there.
Yeah. But now you can gamble anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. I'm surprised you didn't end up with San Diego as one of your top food places. San Diego's got some really good food.
I have not spent a lot of time in San Diego. Obviously, the Super Bowl, but I have to go out there for a wedding in April.
Okay.
I'm just not big on California.
Yeah.
And you know what? California ain't big on me either, especially in San Francisco. Really don't care.
They are not big fans of yours, certainly.
No.
But the one thing everybody's a big fan of, Chew, USA hockey, baby.
That was lush.
It's just funny to me, like, because I was locked in. I was locked into the game, and I'm sure a ton of people were. I can't wait to see what the final number is. Now, the most watched hockey game ever was the 2010, at least in this country, was the 2010 gold medal game between USA and Canada. Now, that game was in Vancouver. The Olympic Games were in Vancouver that year. So it was on in like the middle of the afternoon on the Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. Sunday, middle of the afternoon. So this one being in the morning might interrupt what that final number ultimately is. But there are very few things in sports that can unify everyone. And I've actually figured out there are two sports I think that unify everyone. Because when it comes to Olympic time, like some people, obviously figure skating in the Winter Olympics, it's very popular. But I don't think that people were gathering around their televisions to watch Alyssa Liu try to skate for the gold or the quad god try to skate for the gold, right?
No.
And it's in the Summer Olympics, like we're too good at basketball. Like, yeah, there have been some close games, certainly, and they haven't won every gold medal in the last, how many ever Olympics. But we're kind of dominant in basketball, right? Like, not everybody's getting together and rooting for Team USA. You're not planning to go out and watch that game with your pals. So I think there are two sports, and it's on the men's and women's side, that people will get together still, and these are the two sports that will unify. It is soccer. Yeah. Which, I mean, the women's, we root for the women because they're good and our men aren't, right? So anytime the men do something, it's just exciting and people get excited for it. And it's hockey. Like, those are the two sports I think that everybody gets super excited for, and we actually all rally together rooting for the same team.
Yeah, but they try to compare, the juice now as compared to 1980.
No, I don't think anybody was comparing that juice.
You don't think so?
I don't think anybody was.
Is it true that they have not won gold since then?
Yes, I think that's all people were saying is like, hey, this is a big deal because
46 years.
They haven't won since that team. right? And that's why that was a big – and they've had heartbreak. I mean, 2002, lost to Canada in the gold medal game. 2010, lost to Canada in the gold medal game. And then there was extra hype going into this game because of the success of the Four Nations face-off last year. And what they have 3 fights in 9 seconds, right? So there's some obvious disdain between these two teams. And, you know, again, for the first time in 46 years, too, I think that's why everybody was kind of unified over the game yesterday morning.
I could say I had quite a unique experience. I was traveling back yesterday.
Okay.
Our first flight boarded shortly after the game started. So the first goal was scored sort of as we were on ground. And the half of the plane started cheering because everyone was watching on their in-flight Wi-Fi. I paid for Wi-Fi, $8 to watch the game because I was like, hey, I don't want to miss this. Then we landed for our layover. Unfortunately, there's no direct to New Orleans. That's a real bummer. But then as we were walking through the airport, every single bar and restaurant that was open and had a TV, there was people gathered around outside. They were all sitting at the bar, and then there was 10 to 15 deep all watching that game and anticipating like a gold medal. It was a unique experience because obviously you can go to your sports bars and there'll be people there, sports freaks, but people were stopping and waiting with their time instead of going and sitting and, you know, doing what you usually do. Everyone was interested in what was happening in the gold medal Olympic game.
What happened to Russia? I mean,
they were not participating in these Olympic Games.
Yeah. They were not?
That's correct.
Because they're easy to hate.
Sure.
Yep.
And part of the reason they're easy to hate.
Adds a little more juice. I mean, there's
still,
juice between Canada and U.S.
Oh, yeah, especially in hockey, right? Because that's supposed to be, I mean, it has been, you know.
Right.
Hockey's their thing. So we go in and win that game. But again, I think those are the two sports where, like, everybody's rooting together. My buddy was sending me pictures. I think he was at Stenny's. Stenny's had a watch party yesterday. And he was sending me pictures and videos of everybody there. Like, obviously, you can get that for Packer games here, right? You can get that but that was what was happening all over the country.
Yes.
And it's just such a rare thing where everybody, because again, we love sports in this country, obviously. That's why our station exists and all these stations all over the place exist. But you're rooting for your own teams. We're rooting for the Packers, Chicago's, for the entire country. Again, I think this is the one situation where people are actually getting together in droves to what? It's hockey and it's soccer. That's it.
Did the women's have a lot of juice?
It was the most watched women's hockey game ever.
Really?
I think the difference here is the men are more of an underdog, and they haven't done it in so long. The U.S. women's team has been the cream of the crop. They've been basically Canada for a little bit.
So, like Hillary Knight, who went to UW, she's the most decorated Olympian, women's hockey Olympian of all time.
Yes.
She's won 5 medals, couple of golds. Like, they're always in the picture.
Yes.
Where, I mean, this is the first medal they've had in 16 years in men's hockey.
Well, it's kind of like women's soccer.
Right.
Women's soccer
Yes. Just dominate.
Yeah, they're just,
Which is no fault of their own. They're just so good.
No, they're just good. But again, with the women's soccer, at least I feel like people get together because the World Cup is still such a big event, and we know we got a chance to actually win it versus the men were just hoping to be in it.
But it's like, there was talk, or are they actually doing flag football for Summer Olympics with NFL players?
So they're going to do, so Summer Olympics in 28.
Yeah.
So in 2 years in Los Angeles, yes, flag football will be a part of that.
So
and some NFL athletes want to be a part of it, yes. But I don't think that's going to be the same driving force, Joe.
No, I'm not saying, but is it almost like you want them to lose?
Yeah, because we know we're like, who else is
like
going to compete
men's basketball?
Yeah, exactly. And there have been countries, obviously, that have given Team USA, a run in men's basketball.
Yeah.
But they still win.
Yeah.
And especially in the first iteration of flag football. Like, it's more you expect them to win, and if they don't, it's embarrassing.
Yes.
Because nobody should be able to beat them, even though it's just flag football.
Yeah, which I have no desire to watch.
And that's the other thing. Like, again, we love football in this country. We don't love flag football.
No. It's fun to play, though.
Well, you kind of tweaked your hammy, didn't you?
Oh, in the
Brett game?
Little Favre thing? Yeah, but I knew that was coming. And that was more of like, all right, I've had enough.
So
Scored
just
a touchdown.
just a quick story.
5 catches.
So when Brett was doing his retirement tour, so he
His
was
Hall of Fame tour.
Yeah, so he was coming back here, going to the Packers Hall of Fame. They sold out, Lambeau just for that. He did a flag football game as a part of that tour in Madison that you were a part of. And what happened?
Well, it was really hot that day, probably pushing 90. I wasn't in the greatest shape.
Did you dehydrate yourself the night prior?
No, what happened? Probably. I was probably a little dehydrated. And then you went into the locker room where it was literally 70 degrees. And
So you cooled down.
This is not good. So went out, I think, first play, and I felt the pull, and I'm like, done. You know who my backup was?
You told me, and I can't remember.
Scott Favre. Yeah. You know what the worst thing about playing in those games? Because it was, the Packer alumni.
Yeah.
Against a smattering of
legend. There were some decent players who were playing on the other side.
Good.
Yeah.
The worst is knowing their names. Like Benny Blades. Benny Blades came up to me. I'm like, I know the face, but the name is just leaving me. And then Chad Brown. I figured that one out.
Okay. I know Chad.
You did
Chad's
a radio show with, right?
I know Chad really well.
But
Chad's a great
I've been known, I'd go to the Pro Bowl, and I remember I called Darren Woodson. Remember the old...
Yeah, no, oh boy.
I called him Rod Woodson.
You called him Rod Woodson?
Yeah. And he gave me a look. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But how, you can't be expected to know their names 20 years after you played,
Did
right?
they know your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm easy.
See, this is where you needed to have an assistant next to you, just kind of, oh, hey, by the way, here's Blades Brown.
But everyone's just Chewy. That's it. They probably don't even know my name, right?
Well, your name's Chewy.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, anytime you introduce yourself as Mark, which makes sense because you're not going to introduce yourself as Chewy, but I've heard you do that a couple of times with an intern that comes through here or a partner that comes through. Oh, hi, I'm Mark, and it just throws me for a loop every time.
Well, I don't think you can use your nickname.
No, you can't. You can't.
How does Tausch do it?
You are handling it 100% the right way, Chew. You have to handle, hi, I'm Mark, but it just throws because nobody actually calls you Mark.
If someone were to say,
but I think,
hey, is Mark working on Friday? I'd say, who the hell's that?
Yeah. Does Tausch go up to people and say, I'm Mark?
I got to imagine. I don't think he's going to say, hey, I'm Tausch.
Is there an arrogance behind doing that? Is that the problem?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And I don't strike either one of you guys as going up to people with that arrogance of, oh, hey, I'm Tausch. Hey, I'm Chewy. You should know who I am. Right? That's just not a thing that you guys would do.
See, now I don't like close friends calling me Chewy. That to me is uncomfortable.
Okay, so
Chew is fine.
Oh, Chew is fine. Okay.
Yeah. Is that weird?
No.
Okay.
It's just what your preference is. I thought the close friends were going to call you Mark, and I thought Josh and I were no longer in that circle. Oh boy, we're in trouble.
Frank, who was in town, made an appearance. He'll call me Mark sometimes. In the other
after how many beverages?
Chew. He was taking it light.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Frankie boy.
Well, because he just calls you Shmurra, right?
Yeah. Well, that's when he's being frank.
I just thought he was frank 100% of the time.
When he's got his New Jersey attitude on. Yeah.
800-990-3776. Let's go ahead and go to Thomas. Thomas, you're on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. No Jen this week. She's on vacation.
Sounds good. Good morning, gentlemen.
What up, Thomas?
First-time caller and relatively new listener.
Excellent.
I appreciate the show and your insights and everything. You guys are killing it.
Oh, we appreciate it. What you wanted to talk about a little bit, the men's hockey. Where were you? Where were you watching the game yesterday?
Just from my parents' house. I'm watching over the house while they are down in beautiful Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands, where it's 80 degrees, UV of a 10. So I hope they are not getting nice and toasty like a fire ant. They better be putting on that sunscreen.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
yeah, take care of the skin.
But yes, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy for me to think that this was a very, very youth-led team. There wasn't a whole lot of like NHL players. There was a lot of amateurs, a lot of young amateur NHL players that got her done. Yeah. And they had what it took. They had what it took. They had what it words. They had enough in them to make it work. There we go. And they pulled through. Now that begs the question for me. In the past, in the Winter Olympics, the hockey teams used to be made up entirely of NHL players. Mm-hmm. Does the Olympic Committee need to look into this? Or better yet, the NHL as a whole? Or do you think it's totally fine that we're having these younger amateur, NAHL, whatever leagues or organizations that are playing?
Yeah, so, and we appreciate the call, Thomas. I don't think they need to look into anything.
They're
young players, not amateurs.
Yeah,
they're more like rookies and young players.
Those are all NHL players, and if there's non-NHL players, they are soon to be NHL players. Some of the nations did have like 16, 17-year-olds.
Yes, because that's what, like on the women's side.
That talented.
The women's side, I know they have some amateurs.
Right.
Because
there was Wisconsin Badgers that were playing.
They had like 4 players that were playing.
But I mean, the Tkachuk brothers are 2 of the best.
Yeah.
The Hellebuck, the goalie,
MVP of the NHL last year.
So Boldy, like all those guys are NHL players, and they what happens is hockey is more like soccer, and where you get into the international program, you start young. It's the best players from all around the country. They all end up knowing each other, and they then obviously all end up in the NHL. But like you get brought into that at like 14, 15, 16 years old. You're doing the 18U and all that stuff.
It's complicated. I literally don't know how it works. I've had we had my buddy on the show. He's now the specialist coach for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's from Canada. Scott Ford used to coach for the Admirals. We've had him on the show before, and he played at Brown, right? But he explained to me how all of the youth hockey stuff works, and it's like, okay.
Did any stars turn it down?
Not that I know.
No, not in hockey, unless it's injury related and they feel like they aren't going to be able to play. But as we saw, Jack Hughes with his teeth mashed up, they play through everything.
Which tells you how seriously Sidney Crosby must have been injured.
Yeah, he said he wasn't close. Right, like he said he wasn't close to being able to play in that game. True, you would love these guys. I mean, they're going out there damaged as humanly could be, and they're doing everything they can to get out there. And I mean, a lot of them are just playing tons and tons and tons of minutes and just exhausted. It's the most entertaining sport to me in like the single individual. Like when we watched the Four Nations, that game, and the gold medal, I mean, they're playing.
Let me ask you this, though.
The game is
Josh.
a different game than what you see in an NHL game.
Should baseball do this and replace the All-Star game?
So they do the World Baseball Classic, which is coming back this year, and it hasn't. I enjoy it, Chew.
Yeah.
But I'm a diehard baseball guy. Like, it hasn't caught on to a mainstream thing.
Like, if there were Four Nations.
Adam Jones year where he
the Adam Jones thing.
That thing
like,
reached
there are a couple of moments,
pitch,
right? Like the Adam Jones catch. Or the last time they played the World Baseball Classic, Shohei was still on the Angels.
Yeah.
And literally the whole thing closed with Japan versus USA and Shohei versus Trout. Game on the line. And Trout struck out. But, like, there's a couple of fleeting moments, but even like so Bryce Terang, not Bryce Terang, Sal Frelick, eligible for Team Italy, wanted to play for Team Italy, but had some like nagging injury things at the end of last year and decided it's probably better off if I'm completely healthy. Like there just isn't in baseball, there isn't that international pride outside of, I would say, like, for a lot of the Hispanic players from the Dominican, Puerto Rico,
Cuba,
like things like that. But there's no Team Italy pride, right?
No.
Because while Sal can play for them, the dude was born in Boston.
Yeah.
Because because his parents are from Italy, so we can to try to balance it out the best they can. I do want to dive into something that did upset me after the game yesterday because it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And I know you're going to agree with me, big guy. I know you're going to agree with me. We dive into that. Coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Still a pretty quiet ride around the area. Westbound 94 is just tightening up a bit from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Rest of the system's looking pretty good. A few broken down vehicles here and there, but nothing major to slow you down. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, breezy, a high of 26. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 19. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kyle Bruston Nortman.
We need the final end here.
Oh, okay. Screw you, Ben, bro.
KBN.
Brian Gutekunst is going to have his best offseason of his entire career. I've been thinking about roster development lately and what Goody has in store for him. And I don't see any way this team can become a title contender unless Goody has the best offseason of his whole career.
Kyle Bruston Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Raise your hand if you're excited about feeling older faster than you should. Yeah, I didn't think so. If you're feeling pain that makes you feel older than you are, there's good news. QC Kinetics patients here in Milwaukee are getting relief, feeling younger, jumping back into life at full speed, and it didn't happen in an operating room. Dr. Caravelli and the team at QC Kinetics and their medical professionals use the latest in regenerative treatments, backed by real science. Treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need relief. Nothing makes it more real than hearing the real stories behind QC Kinetics. Mike is training for a marathon instead of giving up running. Kathy walked around Disney with her grandkids. Alan is back to work, now climbing ladders like no big deal. All real QC Kinetics patients. The sooner you start treatment, the sooner inflammation eases, and the sooner the joint damage slows down. Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics and their regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation is absolutely free. Give them a call now at 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Homer here from ESPN Wisconsin. Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business for 130 years, Horicon Bank has helped Wisconsin businesses grow, doing banking differently since 1896. If you're a local business, that same local approach is part of the Milwaukee business community, bringing decisions closer to you. Financing approved in days, not weeks. Bankers who understand your business. Products built for real cash flow needs. When it comes to commercial lending, Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good for 130 years.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times? Do not mess with electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident? There was one.
Plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Look, I understand we might be a little bit out of our depth talking some hockey here, but the event was so big yesterday. Again, USA, Canada men's hockey for the gold. The last event of the Olympics, it was huge. But there is one thing that at the end just did not make any sense to me, Chew. And it's honestly the second time it's happened to this guy, and I feel a little bit bad for him because I've got a feeling he wants nothing to do with it. So Connor McDavid is the best hockey player on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's really disputable.
It's a LeBron level of domination in terms of pure talent.
Yeah, he's an incredibly talented dude.
Yes.
However, this happened in the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs as well. His team lost in a thrilling 7-game series in the final, and he still wins the Conn Smythe Trophy, which is given to the best player of the entire playoff, even though his team lost. It's like, okay, but there's some precedent in that in hockey. So yesterday, they hand out the MVP of the men's tournament for hockey, and it goes to Connor McDavid. Who lost?
I don't think that's the problem. I actually think that's the way that should be.
I think it wouldn't be a problem if
Connor Hellebuck just didn't stop 41 of 42 shots.
Correct. And the main issue happens here when they vote after the first period to who's the MVP.
We need to stop doing that.
It in some sense makes sense because obviously all the games had previously happened. You had the round robin and then the elimination.
The two most important periods of the entire tournament are still they still need to happen.
Yes, and his individual performance in terms of the way he single-handedly affected the game, like they have the advanced stats of like scoring opportunities and goals saved above average.
What, you've got Canadian players after saying, well, you tell me who the better team on the ice was. Cool, dude.
Right.
Guess what? You weren't better than that guy. You weren't better than Hellebuck.
But what if in the Super Bowl there was the one team wins and they really didn't have a standout player, and the losing team has a receiver that had 11 catches for 225 and 3 touchdowns? Don't you give it to him?
How valuable can you be if your team didn't win?
Well, at least in football, I think you've got a better case, Josh, in football. Because if that guy did that and they lost the game 42-41,
right.
This dude can't play defense. Correct. You can only play one side in football. In every other sport, you're playing both. Unless you're DH in baseball, you're skating down and you're playing both sides of the ice here. Like, I mean, look, Connor McDavid is fantastic. He's a great player. Yeah. You can't give
but
him.
It was for the whole tournament, though.
Sure,
not just
but
one game.
But again, you think he wants that? You think he wants the silver medal and the whatever MVP trophy's name is?
Animal.
Well, okay. This is the weirdest thing. I honestly don't know what this thing was. Were they giving these to? I literally did not watch any other medal ceremony. I watched some of the Olympics, but like after the event, I would turn it off.
It crossed my desk when I saw the Canadian women receiving.
Okay,
and then I was like, that seems to be a thing. And then they continued it for the men's as well.
So, Chewy, during the medal ceremonies, and apparently they did this for all medal ceremonies, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, after the game, Team Canada goes first. They're handing him, they go down the line and they hand out the silver medals.
Yeah.
And then there was a separate person going through the line after the medals were handed out, giving them like is it a polar bear?
It seemed to be a bear of types.
It's like a Beanie Baby type of stuffed animal, like not that big, but they're giving it to every athlete. You're telling me, like, if and again, I understand the way like our typical sports work, especially after you lose that, like, Chewy, you didn't get, there was no medal ceremony after you guys lost Super Bowl 32, right? So this is a little strange to begin with, where you get the silver medal, and I'm sure years from now they'll be proud of the silver medal because it's an Olympic medal and whatnot. But like in the moments of losing a devastating game, like this was heartbreaking. You lost in overtime after you did, admittedly, play a lot better than the other team. But Connor Hellebuck just was fantastic. And now they're handing you, like, no, don't hand out a little stuffed animal. What are they going to do with that? I guarantee all 25 of those stuffed animals were left in the locker room.
Or they were regifted. Or they went in the crowd. Or you threw them out. But, back to the MVP thing, because there was discussion in Super Bowl 31 who was going to get it, and I guess it took a while, and they settled on Desmond. But what was the gap between Reggie, Brett, and Desmond?
I have no idea. I like, they don't make that voting public, from my knowledge. And maybe they do. And if somebody knows, hit us up, 800-990-3776.
But 3 sacks in a game. I forget what Brett's stats were.
I mean, Brett's stats were
But he had
fine. He had
2 touchdowns,
2 passing
and
touchdowns
running
and a
one
rushing
in?
touchdown. But other than that,
Should it have went to Desmond?
I thought Reggie was going to win it. As a child watching that game, I thought Reggie was going to win it.
Drew, you want to hear a comparison of what the 2 goalies did yesterday?
Yeah.
Canada's goalie, shot attempts 28, goals against 2, saves 26. We go over to Hellebuck, 42 shots against, 1 goal against, and 41 saves.
Well, I can tell you this.
Big difference.
I can tell you this because I was watching the game before I had to take the Spaniard, friend of show, Big Mouth, to the airport, and he thinks the goalie's pads are way too big.
They've already
He
made
thinks
them
they are
smaller.
way too big,
it's a
and the
standardized
surface
thing now.
area of the open net is way too small. What do you think of that?
This was also something that was regulated and legislated in the past 10 years, I believe, where they made conforming sizes smaller. They tried to speed up the game. They tried to get more goals, and it has worked very effectively.
Because what is the perfect scoring in a hockey game? I would say 5-4.
That's a lot of goals.
I
want 5-4.
That's you, somebody who probably watches one hockey game every 4 years.
Fair. No.
Maybe every other year.
Yeah.
Maybe he accidentally
Why?
catches
What do you
one.
want? I don't want to see the goalie making these. I don't want to see that. I want to see goals.
If you watched throughout the Olympics, many of the games were 5-2.
Yeah.
4-1.
I think USA won their semifinal over Slovakia 6-2.
Yeah,
which is great. That's what I want to see.
What happened?
What do you want?
You got
2
two
to
of the
1?
best goaltenders on planet Earth who were playing well. I don't know what to tell you.
It's like when I go to a baseball game, which is never, Gabe. I don't want to see a no-hitter. I do not want to go see a no-hitter.
Yeah. That's just not true.
Well, it is for me.
I know you're telling yourself that, but
I don't want to see a no-hitter.
But again, when's the last time you actually went to a baseball game? 15 years ago?
Maybe 10. Maybe 10.
I doubt you were at a baseball game in 2016.
It. I don't want to see. I'd rather see someone hit for the cycle in the game than
sure, those are historic things, but if somebody's playing well, I don't care if it's on the offense or defensive side.
No.
And that's what was happening here. The two, again, Josh read off the, team, he had some unbelievable saves as well.
Jordan Binnington is one of the best goaltenders on earth.
They both had tremendous save opportunities yesterday, and that's what made the game even more stressful.
You do not want to watch a football game that is 10-6.
I've watched plenty of 10-6 games that I've been thrilled by.
No, terrible.
Yeah, but again, football's also a different game. I understand, your football brain works and everything's got to be like football. No, it doesn't.
No, nope.
I don't want to watch an 8-6 basketball game.
Baseball is boring to begin with.
Yeah, but hockey's not boring.
No, it isn't. Hold
it's
on.
Constant action.
Neither is baseball, but
but hockey is so much better live than it is on TV.
100%. Yesterday's game would have been a lot more fun live, but I had a hell of a good time watching the game just from my couch.
I was on the edge of my seat.
I need more scoring. And it all goes to the goalie's pads are too big.
It is.
We have carbon fiber. Okay?
What you're dealing with here is the goaltending changed. The approach changed, so it's not 1980 where a lot of them are still standing and the goals are going in that are super easy. Those guys are freaks. They're so good. If you put even a mediocre NHL goalie in that game, it's a 5-4 game.
Okay, Gabe, here you go. What do they do to Augusta if they don't like the scoring?
Well, they make it longer.
Or they put a tree somewhere.
Yeah, but the scoring's kind of been the same at Augusta. Every once in a while it gets out of control. But every
you know
year,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but every year, 11. Yeah, the most famous is they tried to tiger-proof the course, which didn't tiger-proof it, and just made it more easier. It made it easier for him to go out and win because they played to his strengths by lengthening it.
Gabe, what would these guys shoot today if the course was the exact same as it was in 1986 when Nicholas won?
No, because of the equipment.
Masters at Ford.
But again, they would tear it up because the equipment is also dramatically different.
Yeah.
Well, a hockey stick is different than it was 25 years ago.
You're asking for an adjustment that they already made. It's like they rolled back. They made pads smaller. They did that.
They did?
Yes.
Well, not according to the Spaniard.
Well, I'm doubting how much hockey the Spaniard's watching right now.
That's fair.
If we're being honest. I think this is probably a take that the Spaniards had every 4 years when Olympic hockey is on, and he just rolled out a take that's about, 12 years old on you. He decided to roll one out to see if you would agree with the take that he had.
Okay. Is that catfishing? Is it?
No. It's just using a take.
Okay.
Just using an old take. Do you have any idea what catfishing is?
Not really. I know it's fooling someone. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have.
Okay.
We don't got nearly enough.
You know what? I don't know if we're going to get to it, but the party, we had the Mentalist. Did I tell you that we had a Mentalist at my birthday party?
We've got time for the Mentalist.
We'll hear about the Mentalist. I don't want them to forget. We'll hear about the Mentalist at Chewy's birthday party coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But a weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite Bucks legend. Tune into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer your questions too. Stay on the beat of the Bucks. Find Here District now, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Still a pretty quiet ride around the area. Westbound 94 is just tightening up a bit from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Rest of the system's looking pretty good. A few broken down vehicles here and there, but nothing major to slow you down. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, breezy, a high of 26. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 19. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I had nightmares at my birth mom's house. It was really scary living there. There were always drugs in the house. The police came, and that's when I was placed into foster care.
Right now in the U.S., more than 100,000 children like Ariana are waiting for a family.
Once I was adopted, I definitely felt safe.
Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find permanent homes for children in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yes, that would have been much worse than what ended up happening.
Finally got the which would be worse and what would be better. Finally, we figured it out.
You can't just be showing your junk on national TV.
It would have got a lot of clicks.
On 94.5 ESPN.
So the big guy was not with the show on Friday. He had taken off. He had people coming in. Sounds like the party got a little out of hand. You threw a birthday party over the weekend? I mean, again, Josh and I, our invitations must have been lost.
The numbers got a little up there. It was originally started at 30, went to 55, and I think we ended at 80. The food was the concern, because the food was for 40.
Yeah, I could see why that would be a concern.
But it was good. Food made it through. What it was friends brought friends, which was fine. More the merrier.
We didn't make your top 80 of friends. That's disappointing.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I wasn't in charge of the list.
You got invited to my birthday party.
Sure did.
I did. So we had a mentalist.
Would have been nice.
Yeah. I mean,
just,
I mean, Josh was traveling, but it just to be invited.
I love the opportunity to say no.
I'll send you the invitation. So we had a mentalist, right?
Okay. Yep.
I'm sure a lot of our listeners have seen how the NFL uses Oz.
Yeah. O's.
People were disturbed. Not disturbed at the tricks, disturbed by the fact that no one could figure it out.
Yeah.
Is this guy, is this witchcraft or what? I mean, some of the tricks were unbelievable. And he did this one with me and Frank, which blew our minds.
Okay.
So he split the deck in half.
All right.
Right? Gave Frank half the deck, me half the deck. Mm-hmm. And he said, this is what I want you to do. Frank, I want you to pick out all the red cards, without looking at them, of course. Mm-hmm. And he said, Mark, you pick out the black. And the ones you're not sure of, just put them in the middle. You know?
So in case you're colorblind, I mean, as far as I know, there's two colors in a deck.
We're not even looking at the cards.
Okay.
You know? So we're just, I'm like, 3 here, 2 in the middle, 3 in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
No rhyme or reason to it. And sure as he picked up the middle cards, it was a smattering of red and black. And then me and Frank's stack was probably 18 cards. Turn mine over, turn Frank's over. His were all red. Mine were all black. Explain that one away, Gabe.
You mean, so Frank was supposed to find the red, and then at the end his were black?
No, his were red.
Okay.
But we were just randomly like, the hell,
Yeah.
People couldn't figure it out, which was disturbing.
I want to know, because to me, a mentalist is even a little bit different than like a magician, right? Because magicians, sleight of hand, things of that nature. But when you see, O's do the things that he does on TV, did he do any of that? Like you have to write something down?
He did. So this was the last trick, and I was involved. So he picked out a person from the audience and gave them a piece of paper and a pencil with an envelope.
Okay.
And he was 30 feet away.
Okay.
And he said, I want you to write down your best friend from growing up on the card, fold it in half, put it in the envelope, and seal it.
Okay.
He did the same for my son, but he did it. He said, did you have a pet growing up? What was that pet's name? And this was 20 years ago.
Sure.
Same thing.
Yep.
And then mine was kind of easy. He said, give me the best year of your life.
Okay.
So I wrote that down on a card.
You wrote down 1996.
So the first girl goes up there. He wrote the name on the board. He didn't let her see it. She had it turned around. And he said, what is the name of your best friend? And she said, Jill. Turn the grease board around, Jill.
Jill.
My son, what was the name of your pet? Otis. Flipped it over, Otis. And then my year, a lot of people thought 96.
95?
You can't say 90. No, 96.
Oh, okay.
You can't. When your wife throws you a party like that and you say 96, I'm going in the canal.
You picked the year you got married.
Oh, okay, sure.
Right?
Okay.
There's a lot of people. Well, I thought you were going to say 96. What are you, insane? Have you met my wife? So how did they do that, Gabe?
I don't know, Chew. Like, that's the fascinating part that freaks everybody out when, again, because I feel there are probably, 5 or 6 every year of O's going into training camps or going into, team meetings and pulling this stuff that people put out on social media.
But people took the pencils, Gabe, and, that's got to be an electric pencil. We snap the pencil in half. It's graphite, right? Let me see that paper. It's got to be some kind of telepathic piece of paper,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea how any of that works. And I can't imagine what it would be like, because I know Jen's seen O's do his, because he's been on game day before, so she's seen him do his thing live. I can't imagine what it's like to see it live and feel whatever that is. Because I have no idea. I have no explanation for it.
Is there an explanation, or are these people just
I mean, there's clearly an explanation for it.
I don't think there is. They could be dead already and then came. Yeah, I'm watching Pluribus. Anything can happen.
Sense?
I'm watching Pluribus.
Okay.
So
you're still in. You're still watching Pluribus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like it because there's not a lot of talking.
Yeah. There's a couple of episodes that, again, not a lot of dialogue happening.
But it was crazy, and he was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, good party.
Josh, you looked like you wanted to say something about the explanation of how these folks do it.
I certainly think there's some sort of communication that's happening that you're unaware of, that these people become in tune with. I do think it's a talent, but I don't think it's magic or they're ghosts.
They're not alive.
Thus far, I've ruled out ghosts.
Yes. Not sure how they do it, but ghost, you've crossed it off.
I'm sure there's an equally rational and impressive way that these people are able to take reads and tells from what you're doing. Hell, do I know if they are finding people and researching them beforehand? Because
maybe
I could find your marriage license.
Yes, for me, yes, but friends at the party.
That's
no
where
way.
it gets really weird.
Yeah. Because again, like Chewy said, the party got out of hand. Like it was supposed to be 30, and then it went to 50, and then it ended up at 80 plus or whatever it ended up as. So how do you research all of those people?
But there wasn't one trick where anybody could figure it out, Well,
yeah, because there's no sleight of hand happening.
I don't know.
There's a reason this thing has become a phenomenon.
Yes.
And there's a reason that there's more and more of these people popping up more than ever before.
Yeah.
It seems to be there's somebody learning and teaching these it's still impressive regardless of whether or not they're ghosts.
Yeah.
I think, again, we can cross off ghosts.
I respect the Mentalist because clearly they're doing something that requires some sort of skill.
Yes.
Yes.
Where a trick is a trick.
Yeah.
There's a mirror.
It's a sleight of hand. Right. You're looking over here while this hand's doing something else.
I'm just missing what you're doing.
But still, name your childhood friend. What would the tell be? You're writing it on a piece of paper and the guy's 30 feet away.
I have no idea.
And putting it in the envelope.
Don't know what it is, Jew.
And I don't think they're going to share it with us how they're doing it anytime soon. Because we all end up going, I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Smart people. I would like to think we're a relatively smart group here.
Yeah.
With no idea how they do this. No idea how they do it. We do have some Packer stuff we want to dive into. Plus, Joshy had some stuff that happened on his airplane. I want to talk about airplane etiquette because it seems to happen anytime one of us goes on a plane, something is happening. I want to dive into that at some point as well. But I want to tell you about our friends at Events by Design. Boost culture with captivating corporate events and appreciation parties, brand activations, and more with Events by Design. Look, Events by Design, they can help you. If it's a big ask, Seen them do the Buck Soiree. Whether it's a little thing, they helped us with our golf outing, just providing walk-up music to everybody who was on the 14th hole at the ESPN Milwaukee Open last year. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped companies execute successful events. So retain that top talent. Invest in your culture today. All you have to do is search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm right-handed, but
I'm with
yeah.
Gabe here, yeah. I feel more confident in my left hand here, just cupping right now, other than my other hand cupping.
Mostly because I also...
I get a lot more work on the right hand.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I say. I always say it. Happy wife, happy life. And a lot of times that starts with a visit to my guy, Dean Dean, the dancing machine, and the jewelry center. Earrings, custom jewelry, and repair services. The Jewelry Center does it all. And when it comes to top-of-the-line engagement rings, they are second to none. When that day comes for my boys to take that next step, I know exactly where they're going. The Jewelry Center. Great deals and selections on both lab-grown and naturally mined diamonds, plus specialists who make the process easy and fun. Just ask Gabe. Stop into one of their 4 locations, Brookfield, Greenfield, Burlington, and now Mequon, or shop the full inventory online at shoptjc.com.
It seems like airplane etiquette comes up quite a bit on this show because while we have a member who, well, she's not here. She did take a flight, but Jen is traveling a ton. during college football season. As we know, she's got to go shoot the story, and she's got to go to game days. So she sees a lot of the, I would say, worst of airline because, again, it's a volume game. She's flying so much, she ends up seeing a lot of this. But Josh, you had to deal with some of the airplane etiquette malfeasance on your trip down to New Orleans.
Yeah, so the Milwaukee Bucks played in New Orleans on Friday.
Yep.
So there was more than a few Bucks fans. We saw quite a few Giannis jerseys, a lot of Bucks gear, the classic. And usually when you're traveling and you see a Wisconsin person, you think, oh, that's a person who I'm probably going to somewhat understand. We're going to get along. Everything's going to go swimmingly. I sat behind two Bucks fans that were the biggest D-bags you've ever seen on planes.
What'd they do?
Both of them sat down immediately as we're doing, the whole boarding process. What do you think they do? Immediately crank their seats back, right in your lap. And I know the reclining seats were all that. It's a long debate. It's existed for a long time. At this point, it's been well trodden.
However,
but still, in this situation, you can't recline your seat before takeoff or during takeoff or during the ascension process. So they, of course, have to be told to put their seats up, which is like, is this your first time flying? What are we doing here? Clearly, you know this. The flight attendant's going to stop and be like, hey, put your seat back. Well, these jagwagons decide as soon as, they sit down for the flight to take off, guess what gets reclined immediately?
Yeah.
And then on the next flight, again, had to be told to put their seat back up. And now this time their tray. I'm going to put your tray table up there. We have to have that up. And it was very disappointing seeing Wisconsinites be the problem and be annoying. And I understand we're all on the plane. We're trying to be comfort. The seat reclines. It's an option. I think it's poor form. I would never do it if someone was behind me, but I can only get so mad about it. But we're all on a tight plane. We all don't want to be here. We're all leg rooms at a premium everywhere you go, no matter where you are. And I just couldn't believe it. I thought I had found a friendly traveler, somebody who we're in this together. We're all going to sort of, because it always goes better when you're helping one another. You're trying to be, and these people we're so flippant and uncaring about the people around them. It really bothered me.
How old were they?
Close to my age.
Okay. Yeah, that generation.
And you're on the plane wearing those gaudy pit viper glasses, and it's like you can't be that guy and then the douchebag flyer too. You got to sort of hold apart. You're playing the character too well, and maybe your life you're just that all the time, and you go through life inconsiderate of everyone. But I expected more from Wisconsinites, and that was disappointing.
Yeah, a lot of dumb people out there, though. I mean, I'm 6'6", and I don't recline my chair ever.
No,
I think it's rude.
Because again, we've all sat on a flight.
It's a collective
where somebody reclines it. Probably reclines it just a little too far, and all of a sudden, somebody's head is just basically in your lap for the duration of the flight. Yeah. And it's I can't even how am I supposed to maneuver here? Yeah. I can't even use my tray table right now if they bring. So I'm the same. I don't do it. Again, the receipt, it reclines. It can be a debate. I don't want to have that debate right now. I'm with you, Josh. I think it's poor form. I don't do it. I'll figure it out.
Behind me.
Sure.
Right? It's an option. It's there. But when it's a 100% full flight, we're all jammed in here.
Yeah, you're all jammed in there. I want to respect your space behind me. I want you to not be we're uncomfortable already. I don't want to make it even more uncomfortable for you, just so I can be comfortable. I'm not more important than you. Right. Is basically what I'm saying. When you recline, okay, now we're doing it. If you recline your seat, you're saying I'm more important to you than to the person behind you.
But
that's what you're saying.
Is this the same as the idiot fan in the stands that thinks he can use any language he wants because he bought a ticket? Is it the same on a plane?
I would say. I mean, it's the same mentality. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you're the most important person?
Yes.
Are there a lot of those? No, I'm talking fans in the stands that just use.
I don't.
No?
It's like anything else. There's a couple, and it ruins it for everybody else.
I certainly think there's probably teams or cities that lend themselves more to that. Say a place like Philadelphia, we see videos come out of those stadiums.
Well, and they lean into it.
Yes.
It's almost like a badge of honor for them.
Right. I mean, they have a song about them being trash.
Yeah.
They sing it happily.
But they almost do it because they want that reaction a lot of times.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Yeah. Well, sorry to hear that, Josh. Would you rather had it going down or coming back?
Going down probably, because going down you're excited.
Yeah.
Not much can bother you. On the way back, I've been drinking for 4 days.
You're just a little tired.
Right. I've eaten all sorts of foods that are just all mixed up in there. You're just It's never good on the way back.
Okay.
Packers have 4 extensions they may want to get done. We dive into the importance of those in 2 minutes.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Still have backups northbound 4394 right around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Westbound 94 heavy from 27th Street through the stadium. Back on the brakes just west of Highway 100 all the way to Calhoun. On the eastbound side, backups from Brookfield Road all the way to Marland Road and then from 84th Street to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy skies, breezy, a high of 26. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 19. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
NFL Combine. Kind of taking a look at guys they can get in the second round. Corners, defensive backs, things of that nature. Although I did see, Josh sent me a video of somebody saying, oh yeah, Packers are probably going to take a wide receiver in the third round. Sorry, pal. That's not right. That ain't happening. But the Combine does start this week. But the Packers this offseason, Chew, have a long list of things they need to do. Obviously, being at the Combine, trying to figure out what the draft board looks like. But they've got things that they need to take care of before the draft. Obviously, releasing potentially some players before free agency begins in a couple of weeks here. So I think we can expect news on Elton Jenkins and or Rashawn Gary, among others, coming up soon. But they may have to do some extensions with players on the roster currently. So what I would like you to do here, Chew, is I've got a list of 4 players. Rank them in the priority that you think that they should be for the Packers in terms of trying to sign them to some sort of extension. Because I'm not sure if you'll be able to sign all 4.
Mm-hmm.
So on the list of 4, Devontae Wyatt, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft. Rank those 4 in terms of the priority that you think the Packers should place on them to sign them to an extension, because all have 1 year left on their current deals. Christian Watson, it's a 1-year deal that he signed last year before he came back. For Devontae Wyatt, it's the 5th-year option, and for Kraft and Reed, 1 year left on the rookie deal.
Well, Kraft's clearly number 1.
Okay.
He's clearly number 1.
I would agree. So quickly on Kraft. There was something I saw over the weekend for Tucker. 4 years, $74 million, 18.2 annual average value.
I think that's light. I wouldn't sign that.
That would make him the third highest paid tight end in the NFL.
Well, why wouldn't he be one? He's up. He might not be the best.
Because I don't know if that's the way it works. Yeah, but I don't think that's the way it works for tight ends. Like, seemingly that's the only, like, you're up, you get paid, seemingly only works for quarterbacks. Because for every other position, like, you kind of end up slotting into, again, a bit of a projection. So George Kittle makes $19.1 million, Trey McBride, $19. The next on that list, Chew, is $16.5. That is number 3 right now. It's TJ Hawkinson. This would be 18.25 annual average value. So you're well above Hawkinson and slightly below McBride, which seems about right to me.
And you said 4 years?
4 years, which is every tight end contract in the NFL. It's unbelievable. You go to Spotrac and you sort these contract extensions by length. Every last one of them is 4 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. But this is different than Watson, right? Signing a 1-year deal last year.
Yeah, because I think with Watson, it was
a history of injuries and uncertainty, whereas this guy, you saw what happened. It was a thing that happens to basically every NFL lineman at some point in their career.
Yeah. But I think part of it, too, with Watson was like, hey, we don't want you to rush back, even though you may think you need to.
We're going to give you some security.
To get some good film out there so you can get paid. That's different with Kraft. Kraft knows he's going to get paid. And I think he knows there's no – I mean, he's the type of player that wants to get back, but I don't think they're going to allow him to rush back. And if I'm him, tell you that I'm not playing unless I get an extension.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
So
100%.
He's clearly one. 2, you kind of have to make a decision, I guess, on Reed and or Watson.
I don't think you're going to be able to sign both, especially if you're signing Tucker Kraft to an extension. I don't think you can sign both Watson and Reed to extensions.
I mean, I think Watson would be their biggest priority. So I would put him at 2 because Reed and Golden are probably the same size players, right?
Ish.
Not real big.
Yeah.
Reed's a little bit thicker.
Yes.
I just don't know what the market would be for Reed. Right?
I honestly, so I would agree. Like, I think it's Kraft, Watson. I would say Wyatt 3 and then Reed 4, just because, again, I don't think you're going to extend both Watson and Reed unless you can get one of them on a screaming deal, which wouldn't make a ton of sense.
Right. But what does Watson get? I mean, he had a good year.
I have no idea.
He had a good year, and the franchise number I think they saw for George Pickens, his franchise number in Dallas, I think, would be 28.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. Whatever you do with Watson, make sure it happens before Alec Pierce gets signed. Because if he gets 28, then you're having a hard time arguing Watson doesn't deserve at least that much.
Yeah. Well, and here's
28? I was thinking more 20.
I mean, 20?
No.
Remember when we laughed at Christian Kirk getting 20 like 4 years ago?
Yeah. I do. Wide receiver costs have exponentially exploded.
Yes.
It's unbelievable how much that price has gone up. So
what did Chase get, 30?
35?
So
28 for Alec Pierce doesn't sound crazy.
I'm sorry. Justin Jefferson got 35.
Okay.
Jamar Chase got 40.
So if you pay
20 is cheap in comparison.
$20 million per year would rank 23rd.
Can they pay Kraft 19 and then Watson 20?
But here's the thing.
You can't pay him 28.
But the crazy thing about Watson is it's all
potential.
Still potential. Yeah. Right?
Yes,
you see he's got the size-speed combination that a lot of teams are looking for, and that's what would make him valuable on the open market. And we talked about his growth as a wide receiver last year, Chew. I know he still isn't like the most precise route runner, but it's night and day from even 2 years ago. Yeah. Like how much of a better route runner he is and how much better he makes contested catches now. Like well, I think of the catch he had to win the Giants game. Like, is he making that 2 or 3 years ago? I don't know, but he's grown into where you like all these highlights of him. Oh, Andy's got the speed that everybody's looking for. Somebody's going to pay him. I honestly don't know what it is. And Josh, you said, well, pay him before Alec Pierce. His agent's going,
Why?
Why would we sign right now?
Right.
Let's wait and see what the market dictates for some of these receivers, and then we can figure out an extension if we want to stay here.
Yeah, I think what you hope for is sort of we've done well by you, so you do right by us. We get this deal done. We're not going to certainly give you a lowball offer.
Well, I mean, sure they will. They'll start there because it's the Packers.
Right.
It's just what they do.
But we're willing to pay you type deal. And we know what the Packers do with contracts a lot of times. They get creative. They give you big signing or roster bonuses that sort of don't affect the cap in the way that everyone expects them to. And it's not like a big a chain around your neck. It's a fair contract and the deal gets done in the right way. I think Wyatt's too, honestly.
I don't even think they can extend 3. They could probably extend 2.
Oh, no. They could figure it out.
You think so?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then what's Wyatt going to get?
Well, because you have to remember, too, we're talking about 18.25 annual average value for Kraft. His cap number in year 1 is going to be like $10 million.
Yeah.
With the way that they would structure. So it's.
But then you're going to get 2 years down the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get whacked with Micah Parsons, and you're going to get whacked with Tucker Kraft.
Yep.
We talked about.
What does Wyatt get? What's Wyatt? First, how would we define him? A good player? He's more than a guy.
A good
right?
player that's
he's
shown
not a
flashes.
great player.
Right. A good player that's shown flashes and has played well for stretches, but has also had injury issues.
I can't imagine you're paying him $20 million.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Wyatt? No, so 20. Kenny Clark got 21. He's 13th.
But how many years ago was that?
Kenny they did the Kenny deal 2 years ago.
They did?
Yeah, because he played 1 year of the deal, then they traded him last year because they assigned him to an extension.
And you said 21.
So that's what Kenny Clark got, and he's not a Kenny Clark type player. He's just not that guy. He's a good player, Chew. I would say he's probably in that 15 to 17 range.
Okay. And then what do you do with Reed? Let him go? That's why I was going to say, Gabe, don't.
I think you end up letting him walk. Yeah.
Then you might be taking a receiver in the 3rd round.
I mean, the problem is you got too many needs this year.
No, I know, but I mean, Devontae, what's it? Who's the other?
Dontavian Wicks.
Dontavian Wicks. I mean, he's going to be up too. Do you let him go? I mean, he's not a 20 guy, but he could be a Scantling 12.
Wicks? Oh, no? Wicks, no. Wicks hasn't proven. So? No, Scantling got paid. MVS got paid for one reason and one reason
He can
alone.
run.
Yep. Dontavian Wicks cannot do that.
So,
if he puts up numbers, certainly you get paid. But when you haven't put up any, consistent numbers for Wicks, I just don't know what the number ultimately ends up being for him.
With that being said, the 4 guys you mentioned probably let Reed walk. You think they'll re-sign any of their free agents?
Doesn't seem like it. Again, I am a big proponent of re-signing if you can, because I can't imagine that Sean Ryan's going to cost a lot. And no. I would bring in Sean Ryan, and with the intent of him being my starting center. But if you draft someone, Chew, and he ends up being your starting center, well, now I've got my backup interior guy, and okay, now at least we have some depth on that offensive line. So if I have an injury at center or either guard spot, I know where I'm going to slide Sean Ryan into. And honestly, Sean Ryan might even be better than Anthony Belt.
But they thought they had that guy in, who's the backup center?
Jacob Monk.
Well,
they drafted him 2 years ago, and he didn't work out. So when that doesn't work out, you got to pivot.
No, I know you got to backfill.
Right?
But they tried backfilling with him, they missed. So they miss.
So to me, that's why I would bring back Sean Ryan, because I know Ryan can play all those spots, and I can trust him to play those spots.
Ingabari's the one that concerns me.
I don't know why you're hung up on Ingabari.
Because Gary's going to be gone.
Yes.
Right? Do we believe that?
We do believe that.
And if all you have is Lucas Van Ness, who's been inconsistent, he's been better. I mean, you got Sorrell, but he hasn't shown enough. Has he?
But again,
where's your depth?
He was drafted to have to show it, so he's going to get the opportunity regardless. Same thing with Colin Oliver.
He had 2. His career high is 4.5.
Yeah. I mean,
Who's that?
Kingsley, J.J. Ngabare. He's got 11.5 career sacks in 4 years. He's a guy. Like, if you can't replace that production, you can't be scared about losing a guy that has put up that production. I appreciate the hustle and effort that he's put out there.
Made a great play in the run game in a big game. Like,
yep,
he did
absolutely.
do that. But
But I can't pay everybody because they made one good play when I needed him to.
And then what are you doing with Van Ness with the 5th year?
Well, you can't. I don't think you can extend that because that's just guaranteed.
You don't give
money.
him the option?
No, because that's just fully guaranteed money that I just can't fully guarantee. Because as we saw when they did this, Chew, I think they are going to be gun shy about giving 5th-year options unless they know for sure.
Yeah.
Because we saw when Darnell Savage, they decided to give him the 5th-year option.
And he was terrible.
Then he played poorly in the 4th year, and you're like, well, now we're stuck because the only way it's a fully guaranteed deal. So we talked about salary cap. Whatever that number was for Savage a handful of years ago, that was the full freight that you're paying against the salary cap. And you're not the only way to knock that number down is to extend him, and you don't want to extend him.
Yeah.
So then you're just stuck. And being a pass rusher, it's the second highest number that can exist.
Yeah. No, I know.
So I don't think you want to lock yourself into a fully guaranteed deal. Hopefully he balls out, and then you figure it out from there. But I don't think you can give him the 5th-year option.
I think they extend Kraft for sure. Try to get Watson done. I don't think they're extending Wyatt.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
It depends upon what the number is. Like if they did not get a deal done, if what happens with Wyatt is the same thing that happened with Quay Walker,
yeah,
like they put a contract in front of him and he doesn't sign it, that would not shock me.
Yeah.
If he just decides to bet on himself the way that Quay Walker decided to bet on himself this year.
Mm-hmm.
And without knowing what the Packers offered, it's hard to know if Quay Walker betting on himself worked out for him. You know, we know the contract was there. We don't know what the numbers necessarily were.
Had to be low.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how this team works.
Well,
it's just kind of what they do. You know? The Packers do have 3 players on the Pro Football Focus Top 101 list. Is that enough? We discuss coming up next. But at Ewald Automotive Group, they believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of lower payments. That's why they're giving you $1,500 over book value for your trade. Get into a new vehicle. Payments start under $250 a month. Over 1,400 vehicles backed by their low price guarantee. $1,500 more for your trade-in. Payments starting at under $250. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of lower payments. It's all based on Kelly Rubik. Fair trade value applies to 2013 or newer model years. I've trusted Ewald for years. You should be trusting Ewald for just as many. They are going to take care of you. And with Ewald, it's easy. It all starts at ewaldauto.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We got backups on 94 eastbound, starting from about Brookfield Road all the way to about Moreland. Eastbound also slowing down from about 76th Street to Hawley Road, and again coming out of the stadium interchange past 35th. The westbound side slowing from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and then on northbound 4394 slowing around the Plainfield curve pretty much all the way to the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, breezy, a high of 26. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 19. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature.
Will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
As America's nurse of total loss coverage can help with that.
Great. And you also agree with me that my riding club should ride to the aquarium instead of cruising around a mountain, right?
Actually, we just do insurance. We don't vote in riding clubs.
Nice. 2 votes for the turtle exhibit.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
What are you, some kind of turtle hater?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Thanks, Ernie. I'm going to Venmo you that money right after the show.
You can't. You don't know how to use Venmo.
Made my workload much less. But Ernie,
you don't know how to do it, and I don't know how to
ever?
it. So
On 94.5 ESPN.
As far as Christian Watson goes, there's a couple of things here on the Carbless Talk and Text line I do want to get to. First from Ryan from McGuanago saying, if you wouldn't pay Adams that, then Watson shouldn't either. The problem is the Devontae Adams thing was 5 years ago now at this point, right. 4 years ago. Wide receiver salaries have exploded with the cap.
Mm-hmm. That would have been his third contract as well.
Yes, but I mean, what were the Packers talking about? $21 million? Like for Devontae, and that would have made him one of the highest, if not the highest paid. Mm-hmm. There are 21 receivers making $21 million or more now in the NFL.
We do that a lot, and it happens every single year when the new quarterback gets paid, and it's now so-and-so makes $60 million. Mm-hmm. They just keep getting paid more. The cap keep going. I think it's a lot of money, and I think it probably should be reined in to some degree, but hey, guess what? That's going right.
The market pays
right.
what the market pays, man. And with the
Jerry Jones is going to be out there, and he's going to be paying absurd amounts of money for the rest of his life.
Yep.
And no one's going to stop it. The only thing it's ever worked with is running backs somehow. Everyone agreed we're not paying them exorbitant amounts of money. That's the only position it's came down.
Is Watson a clear number one?
As we sit here today, I say no.
No, but I think they're making the bet.
Yeah, I mean, can he be? Yes. And that's what Watson in his representation, I think, would try to put out there. Mike in Hattiesburg says, I think the Packers have to wait 1 year from when they signed Watson to the 1 year extension to re-sign him, just like J-Love. So they don't. About a month ago or so, Ken Ingalls, who does a great... If you're not following him on social media and you're a Packers fan, and you want to be a really nerdy Packers fan, you should be following him because he just understands the salary cap. And the way that the Packers structured the Christian Watson contract allows them to be able to sign him to an extension. They don't have to wait 12 months. I'm not going to dive into all the details of why that is. The important information is they can sign him to an extension at some point this offseason and not have to follow the 12-month rule because of the way it's written and the way the Packers decided to do his contract. So they will not have to wait, Chew, to sign Watson if that's what they want to do this offseason, if that's what Christian Watson wants to do. Because, again, maybe the Packers lowball him too, and he decides, no, I'm going to bet on myself. These are all possibilities.
Yeah. But that's when they get trapped, because if he does have a good year, really good year, then you got to franchise tag him, and that number is going to be probably 30.
Yeah, 29 or 30.
To it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and that's why you're kind of hoping you can get the deal done now. And the same thing with Kraft, by the way. You're hoping to get him to that's why you would pay Kraft to me to be the third highest paid tight end.
But Kraft's easy, Gabe.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That one's easy.
But that one, y'all get together and go, you're really good, maybe one of the best at the way you play tight end. Here's a boatload of money.
I mean, you're only...
And Tucker doesn't seem like the guy... I spent 2 hours around him as he judged a sausage cooking contest between Balaga and Tauscher at the draft last year. But he doesn't seem like the guy that is going to go, oh, no, I'm going to bet on myself, so instead of the third highest paid tight end, I'm the highest paid tight end. That doesn't seem like something he would do, and that's why I think that this contract, Chew, seems reasonable to make him the third highest paid. The one that's been kind of floated out there, 4 years, $74 million for Tucker
The only
Kraft.
interesting thing is the Kyle Pitts, because he's looking to be just a free agent, and even though he's had down years and not been what was promised,
I mean, he's a freak of nature.
He's shown enough that
I don't know if anybody's going to pay him.
The thing is, you got to get to a certain level of the cap. You got to spend some sort of money. One of those bad teams with a whole bunch of space go, hey, maybe Kyle Pitts fixes all our issues.
Yeah, but he'll
just get two players then. Like, don't spend it all on one.
He'll probably get franchised, though.
Pitts?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
They've got new everything in Atlanta. It's hard to say what exactly they're going to do.
No, I know, but Stefanski's an offensive guy. You know, he's not going to want him to leave. He sees a ton of potential there.
I mean, I would think so, but I can't. The franchise window's closing shortly.
And we also don't know what they think about his work ethic in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but coaches think they can fix that.
Stefanski might know better.
But, like, Matt Ryan's running the ship there now, right?
Yes, he is the director of football ops, and then they have...
It certainly feels like he would have an opinion already on Kyle Pitts, just because of his involvement with the franchise. It's not like he's coming in new.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's running the show, and then new GM, new head coach, everything. So it's hard to know exactly what they're going to do. But the Packers, Chew, so PFF put out their top 101, and I feel like anytime... You know, whether it's ESPN, the NFL Network, Pro Football Focus, they put out these lists. What always stands out to me, and I guess I just don't care where the Packers fall on this, because I know that Micah Parsons, Jordan Love, and Xavier McKinney are all really good players.
Mm-hmm.
And those are players that you want to win and can win Super Bowls with. But if you only have 3 in the top 100, that feels light. Like you still need more better players in order to, and again, like Tucker
do you have
Kraft.
a list? Give me the numbers of some of the top teams, like Seattle, San Fran. Where are they on that list? Seattle's got to have.
Yeah, Seattle, I think, had
that?
5.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, 5 feels about right.
Yeah, they're close, Chew. I feel like a couple of years ago when we were doing this, they didn't have any. You know, like they might have one that would creep onto the list.
Like Tucker Kraft could, you know what? If he didn't get hurt, he'd probably be on it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yes.
Watson,
so that gets you to 4.
Probably. Who would be the 5th?
Zach Tom?
Zach Tom?
Yeah.
You owe me a Coke.
I think Zach Tom has a reasonable. I think you could make a case Edgerrin Cooper eventually ending up there.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs now he feels a little coming down, little backside.
There's been I'm uncomfortable with the amount of chatter it seems like there's around him potentially being a salary cap casualty. I just can't imagine it because now you're giving yourself another hole to fill on a roster that has more holes than I would like to admit going into this offseason.
You don't want we don't currently have an answer for issue. If you let him go or release him, you better know who you're bringing in free agency day one.
Well, I mean, and honestly, that's what they did when they brought him in.
Correct.
Because it didn't seem like a need. They bring him in, and then they released Aaron Jones.
Because it seems like right now you're just simply not going to have a center. That's not a great place to be.
Nope.
It seems like
you don't have any offensive line depth.
Right.
Not a good place to be.
You don't want to be there. You need a defensive
tackle depth.
Yeah.
Need cornerback depth.
Right. Is Wilson a free agent?
I would bet Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah.
I would. He's probably
so he'll
in
be
that.
gone, right? I mean,
they might keep him around because he's cheap and been effective. Like, at some point, it's just like, well, the guy gets us yards.
I know, but you got Lloyd, who,
I'm not counting on him for anything, Chew.
Nothing.
If he produces anything, it'll be a pleasant surprise. But I don't think, based on the injuries he's had, and it's unfortunate, but based on the injuries he seemingly continues to have, you can't count on him.
The only glimmer of hope is they've been weird freak things. It's not like it's a nagging hammy or a quad or an Achilles. It's been all sort of disconnected, strange things that potentially there's a future for him, but you can't count on.
No. You're hopeful, I think, but I don't think you can release Josh Jacobs going, oh, yeah, Marshawn Lloyd is going to be the solution to our problems. I don't think that's...
He hasn't been able to practice.
It's a problem, Josh.
What would they save with Josh Jacobs?
Not a ton of money. You could also extend him and end up saving money with an extension, like a 1-year extension and a restructure. You can save some cash on his deal that way, too. So I doubt it happens, but I think basically we're all at the point where we know something needs to happen with his contract and what's he going to be looking for. And how much does he feel if they offer him something that it's a disrespect?
So you would save $7.5
million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cap hits 14 for next year, up from 11. Well, 14.5 up from 11.3. And the dead cap is only 6.25.
Yeah. The best option there is you extend them, spread out some of that money, and make it not as impactful in each individual year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you save you end up saving $8.29 million if you just release him.
Guarantee him more, but spread it out.
But there is a possibility they could cut him.
It exists.
Certainly possible. I thought it was.
It's certainly possible.
Look, if Marshawn Lloyd was able to play more than 6 snaps the last 2 years, Chew,
and he's probably
he's probably gone.
Yeah, because if you look into the Josh Jacobs stuff, and I put something in his yards after contact. Now, we talked about how his initial contact was coming at basically the line of scrimmage every single day, and how some of his ineffectiveness was not just simply his fault, but there was also stuff pointing to him not being as elusive, not breaking away as much, and not hitting the holes that were there for him. Also, his yards after contact came down. Now, he had an injury. We all know that.
Yep.
But that's for some names where you're like Devon Achane, who's known as like a fast, speedy guy. You're getting yet less yards after contact than that guy.
Yeah, and again, some of that is... I'd like to do a deeper dive because that chart that you put out there, Josh, Emmanuel Wilson was number 3.
Yes, because it was 3.
Minimum 100 attempts.
Yes.
So, do I think that Emmanuel Wilson would be top 3 if he had Josh Jacobs touches?
Nope.
I do not. No. So, that's...
But he was around the guys like J.K. Dobbins and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
Yeah, so, the guys that have a lot of carries, in the company he was keeping, certainly troublesome for Jacobs. I guess I just would be willing to bet. I know it's a position, and he's 28 years old, and all these different, and it's old for a running back. I would just take the risk at this point and bring him back.
Agreed.
But this would be his last year.
Not if you extend him. If you extend him, he probably has at least 2 years.
Really?
Probably.
Okay. Another decision.
But again, that is something only Chew. And we had this conversation with Jason last week, 2 weeks ago. They have a lot of different, outside of the Rashawn Gary, Elton Jenkins, what I expect to be cuts, right? I expect those guys to be cut sometime in the next 2 weeks because free agency, the legal tampering period opens 2 weeks from today, March 9th. So that's when the legal tampering period opens, and that's when you would like to have, money. And outside of those things that the Packers can do, cutting Jenkins and Gary, there are a bunch of veteran contracts they can renegotiate, convert some stuff, and that's how you get money. But you mentioned earlier, you've got the Micah Parsons thing coming due. We've got an extension with Tucker Kraft that you would like to do. So I would like to avoid pushing off future money unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah. No,
so I would only renegotiate some of these contracts as you go. Okay, I'm going to need this type of money. Okay, what are some of the levers now I can pull to get that type of money? I don't want to just blindly go into it before free agency starts and goes, let's just do all these moves. Now here's the money I have to spend. I think you just kind of do that as you go.
Be fiscally responsible, Gabe.
Well, which the Packers...
They are.
Outside of the Aaron Rodgers contract, have done a pretty good job of keeping the salary cap in a pretty respectable spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, but again, that going back to that top 101, just going to need more players to be on that list. I think it's that simple for me. 800-990-3776 is how you can get into the show. We continue more Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, but if you're always tired of waking up exhausted, if your dad bod is starting to weigh on you, if you find it harder to get excited about basically anything, if your energy, focus, drive aren't what they used to be, it might not be that you're just getting older. Look, I used to say that all the time. Oh, this kind of hurts. Oh, I'm kind of tired. Oh, I'm doing a morning show. I guess that's probably just the way it is. You're getting older. It doesn't have to be that way. No, there is a good chance your hormones and metabolism are out of balance. So let's get back to the old you with Mentality. I know you remember that guy, sharp at work, full of energy, fun, one people enjoyed being around. Mentality can help. It's not a macho low T bro clinic. That's not what they do at Mentality. They're human-centered. Mission is to figure out what's going on with your body and your brain. They start by listening, trying to figure out, okay, what's really bothering you. They run real labs, explain the results in plain English, and then my favorite part is this isn't one size fits all. No, they're going to personalize a plan for you. Science-backed plan using hormone therapy, FDA-approved peptide treatments to help you get your brain and body back on track. So stop telling yourself, stop doing what I did, and keep telling everyone around you that you're fine. No, go to Mentality. That's what I did, and now I've got all the energy that I need to attack my night. Not just get through the day, but to attack that day and feel like I used to. And right now, all new patient labs are covered in the treatment plan. That's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. So reclaim the old you, the younger you, with Mentality.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got delays on eastbound 94 starting just east of Barker Road all the way to Moreland. More delays then just past 84th Street all the way past almost to Hawley Road, and again coming out of the stadium. Westbound backed up from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And then we still have delays on 4394 heading northbound coming out of the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, breezy, a high of 26. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 19. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Commercial payments at Fifth Third Bank combine experience with innovation. Trusted to process more than $17 trillion in payments each year, Fifth Third delivers reliability at scale while continuing to push what's next. Named one of Fortune magazine's most innovative companies, Fifth Third builds secure, efficient, and forward-thinking payment solutions. Because commercial payments require more than consistency. They demand innovation that keeps money moving. That's commercial payments. A Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Wellness Company.
Today we're talking cancer awareness, and I want to bring in someone with a really unique perspective, Dr. Kelly Victory. She's a board-certified emergency medicine physician with over 30 years of experience who serves on the chief medical board for the Wellness Company. And most importantly, she's a cancer survivor. Dr. Victory, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks very much for having me, Michelle.
We've been hearing a lot lately about cancer rates rising, especially in younger adults, which is obviously pretty alarming. What are you seeing?
Without question, cancer rates are rising across the board. And concerningly, we are seeing more aggressive cancers in people even in their 20s and 30s.
That's scary for a lot of people. Is there anything that can be done to help alleviate that fear?
And that is what led me to develop the new product Shield, because it is a group of more than 12 well-studied, scientifically proven supplements that help to supercharge your immune system, the first line of defense against cancer.
To learn more, visit victoryagainstcancer.com and use promo code SMALLS to save $25 on Shield.
Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
If it's gotten to the point...
I don't think shower.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to take a shower? You just told me you're offended by your own BO.
No, but I think it's deodorant, Gabe. Showering does nothing. It really doesn't.
You are wrong.
Because...
You must be showering wrong.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Quick comment I want to get to here on the Cardinals Talk and text line from Zach. I think sometimes we forget that Matt LaFleur is better and more imaginative without a workhorse like Jacobs. I don't think it's unrealistic to go with Wilson in a late running back draft pick.
We're back here again, huh?
Yeah, that's... Look, that's a risk that could work out. It's a risk I don't want to take.
Football's about having good football players. It's on the coach to make it work with those good football players and what they do best.
Yep.
And then don't dictate. Let the players dictate.
Right.
Formationally, how you're going to run things.
Right. Yep. There's a happy medium between catering totally towards Josh Jacobs and blowing up the way you run your offense and asking him to do both of those things.
Yeah, and I think they were getting better at that balance last year than they were the year before, and hopefully year 3 can be even more balanced.
The second half of the season, I think, improved with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
I thought he looked better, and the offense had a better flow to it. The start of the season, it did not seem that way.
And we know Chewy's big on the offense being flowy.
I love flowy. And it's much better to run the ball when the quarterback is under center, and it also helps your play-action game as well.
I think we're starting to get to a point here, meanwhile, where just about everybody loves Joshy more than we do here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What?
Well, we give Joshy a hard time, from time to time, but, Shefty's on record of being a big Joshy fan, Wildy and Tausch, they love Joshy. And look, I understand Josh has to, he's contributing to that show. Sometimes he has to produce that show. They've got a large group text, so he contributes there. I get it, right? But now he's helping produce on Sportsmanlike.
He's moonlighting?
I don't know
Hold
what this
on,
audio
Josh.
is.
Hold on.
Yep.
Gabe, Joshy gets crap from us because he dishes out more crap than anybody to us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Josh.
But let's go ahead. And we were just sent this sound. Shout out to our guy, Ashton Rotman, for passing this along from our people, from Evan, CC, and Smalls on Unsportsmanlike this morning.
This could be Rich McKay, who's on the competition committee, trying to stir the pot and get the conversation around the tush push going. So a team puts together a proposal like the Packers did last year to ban the tush push, and we'll see how the vote comes down again this offseason.
So he's baiting people.
Yes.
There's a follow-up on that. I'm glad you brought up the Packers, because as we've been talking about this, Josh DiMaggio is a producer at ESPN Milwaukee. Shout out to Josh, and obviously a great station that we're on. Pointed out something I did not think about. The person who did that last year is no longer in the position they're in. Mark Murphy out because of the retirement age with the Packers presidency.
Yeah.
Ed Policy in.
Interesting.
If Ed Policy does not think that's an issue, the team that proposed the ban will not be proposing the ban. Because one would think if you proposed it last year and it didn't get outlawed, why would you not propose it again until you thought that something was so wrong that would get fixed? Well, because the same person isn't running the team.
So you just
feed a pretty interesting note here with all of this.
Yeah, and the note that he got from our guy Josh DiMaggio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going on here, man? Like, you're passing along. I know I'm forgetting because there was also this summer somebody else was a huge fan of Joshy. Because it was Schefter and then it was somebody else, like back to back.
It's happening so often, Gabe. I'm running out.
Embarrassment of riches over there.
Obviously, we know Evan Cohn, as Chewy calls him around here, well. And I listen to their show on the way in and in the morning oftentimes. It's especially valuable to me, even though they're doing a national show, to pay attention after I was on vacation. Not a lot of keeping up with the news. And they brought up the tush push not getting proposed as something to this point, which to me immediately sent off the NFL lost their useful idiot. Mark Murphy's not around. And with the way last year went and the way they stuck it to the Packers, Ed Policy might want it still banned. But he looks at it and goes, why am I going to be the guy again?
Yeah, why would I want my team to be in the crosshairs of every other team? And which is a fine point, Josh. It's a great point. My issue is you're feeding it to other shows.
Hey, we haven't gone on yet.
Gabe, do we need to talk extension for
Joshy, or whether or not we're going to extend him? Like I don't know. He's got all these other options, man. Maybe he can go work for Shefty.
Seems steep.
Like it's a fine
I'll take
point.
5-2. Hometown deal.
Hometown discount. What a guy.
It's a fine point. It's a great point. But I want him to make that point. Like now I know how Tausch feels from time to time when like Jason goes on all these other shows and makes points. But Jason is like contractually obligated to appear on these shows. Yeah, we know Evan. That doesn't mean you have to text him all the good points that maybe we would make on the show.
I am a lift all boats guy, you know? I got some. Also, I'm addicted to the take. It's coming. You're going to hear it. Evan's going to hear it. William Tausch is going to hear it. What can I say? Got to get it out there.
The more you can do, Gabe.
Yes.
I just want him to be working for us, you know?
I did put it on the show sheet.
Yeah, I know, and I was going to talk about it today. But again, I thought that the show sheet was, exclusive to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
No.
I thought this information was proprietary, Josh.
No.
What are you, Bill Walsh, just leaving things behind there? What? Leaving the first 15 behind?
Not happening.
What are we going to do with our guy? Again, he's more popular everywhere else.
We can do. He wants an extension. We got to give him an extension.
Unbelievable. Just giving all the good again. And then notice how again I wanted to grill him, but he just had to get the take in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I come by it honestly. This isn't for show.
A little. Unbelievable. Just we got to rein this guy in. 2026, the year we rein in Josh. I think that's what the goal is now. 800-990-3776. Try to, again, get Josh to have the information just for us, Chew. We wrap up the show, see what we put on the Infinity Exteriors poll. Coming up next.
Are you looking to lose a couple pounds? Maybe change your lifestyle? Maybe got a vacation coming up? There comes a point where you know it's time to do something for yourself. I wanted real goals, real change, and I decided 2026 is the year I look and feel my best. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. At this point, I've already lost 20 pounds. They build out a fully customized schedule. You can change things. You can alter it to see what fits you best. And during this Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during their Valentine's sale. That's $300 off now through February 28th only. No drugs, no surgery or injections, just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Here's what you should do. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and find out how they can help you.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, you know joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
We've enjoyed having PCI help us with all of our home projects. As you might know, my husband and I are not the most handy people, so when we get into a jam, we always reach out to our friends at PCI. In fact, it's the off season. My thumbs are twitching. I got a project. I got to call my friends over at PCI, have them come over, assess the situation, and maybe you're in that same spot. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you're ready to refresh an outdated room. The PCI team can help you with that with their photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list all delivered to you. Learn more about that and everything that PCI can do for you at their website, professionalconstructioninc.com.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know, it's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or owe, waiting for all the forms to come, and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you, too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040. or nealgroup.net.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Any of those things because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm burping up my apple right there. That's what that was. I wasn't pausing for effect. I literally was burping my apple.
Can we just go to break?
No.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Take a look. The Infinity Exteriors poll. Who should the Packers prioritize signing an extension after Tucker Kraft? Christian Watson, Devontae Wyatt, Jaden Reed. Go to Twitter. Vote on that. Also, Marty Ronsky was the other person who is just a giant fan of Josh DiMaggio. So maybe we're wrong. Maybe everybody else is right, Chew. Maybe we're the ones who are wrong.
You ever thought of that, big guy?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Wildy and Tausch coming up next.
An accident on 4394 northbound.